dun, dun.
What does that say? Holy
And
fucking
we
Metter.
have Metter, Mother of Fingers. Rolanda is on the board. So, Lem, do you want to do the board breakdown? Do you want me to do that?
I can't really see it. Hang on. Let me. Uh, we got
It
a
looks
good
good on
bit
the
of
screen.
DLC squares. Looking at what is that? Like 15? Nope, 10 maybe. Pretty good. Imbued keys, not commonly done in DLC, or I guess commonly done in DLC. Not a lot of big kill squares. DLC's pretty quick, being Swordmaster, Iris, Imbued keys. Furnace Golem also pretty quick. Squares that we would not want to be doing is Queeline and Bellarat, although Dancing Lion is there. And of course, Metter. No one wants to do that. Bitch of a boss. How is it a square? In base game, what does that say? We got Malekith and Okina and Estelle. Pretty long squares. Okina and Malekith going together. And that's kind of it, actually. Estelle and Underground.
Yeah, so to give a little bit more of a bit, building on Lemon's breakdown here, some really nice synergies that you can do here is actually that one row 2, Dancing Lion, Swordmaster, Bellarat is nice because it's region based in a sense. You can do the Demi-Human Swordmaster in the jail, that's Bellarat jail, while making your way get the grace for Furnace Golem and Queeline. It's a rare moment where Bellarat's actually maybe the strongest play on the board. Potentially. Other synergies we see that are really important this game are Grave and Ghost Bell Bearings, one underground bosses, Valiant Gargs. So we could see those happening. Estelle as well as an underground boss. For those who don't know, underground bosses are bosses that are considered under the map, like when you have to switch the map to the under layer. That's an underground boss, so Moog would count, but Sewer Moog would not count. Yeah, Lemon, if you're a DLC player, what do you think are your number one priorities when you get into the DLC? And are you even going into the DLC quickly this board? Are you maybe taking some time to do some base game stuff before you go? What do you think?
I think with Alabaster being in a starting class, I would be looking to get in with Estelle, sit on the underground progress, and at most I'm losing Iris, possibly Swordsman.
Okay, so you're not
But
rushing. There's no DLC rush for you here. You don't feel like this is this sort of board warrants a speed when it comes to
yes,
DLC. You can take your
yes.
time with it. Okay.
I think my base game player does not really want to do Estelle. I would rather send them elsewhere to do either Radon or Capital, or just early Capital. You don't want to put yourself in a spot where you're just miles away and can't contest Goldfree and Sewer Mode. That's a Sewer Mode, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Gold Free Sewer Mode gives a nice
Alternatively,
capital
Okina
synergy.
Malekith
Yeah.
is also a good play for base game player. I just think the Estelle Underground boss not ideal for a base game player to do.
You think it's too slow
Yes.
on this board? You'll lose too much. Yeah, fair play.
If they
Do
want
you
to do
go
it, they
for
can go
anything
to
like Bloodhound
Gargs.
Knight, or can we see some rush squares that are a little more rare for us to actually witness? Do you think you do Bloodhound Knight or Scion at all on this board for either player? I mean, Bukeys and Scion's not a bad synergy. Could actually be a base game player moment. What do you think about that? Or do you think that's still
That's
too slow
another
for the other
good alternative
objectives?
play for the DLC player to do with
Mm.
you just finish Imbued Keys and Zion.
Do you finish it or do you hold it? I think there's some merit potentially in doing it as if Yebe or Sirius does it, they could hold it for as long as they kind of wanted to. Um, I think Yebe. I actually think we may see that from Yebe. I only say that because Yebe is very fond, generally speaking, of going for Scion. It's a play he really enjoys doing. So, but we'll have to see.
How far
For those
behind are
who
my
don't know,
screens? Oh my god, they're so far behind.
it's the board for me is 9 seconds.
Bro,
No,
the
we're fine.
crash is 11 behind.
That's what. We're Lemon. The things we don't get to worry about today. We're just everywhere. Like you said, we're doing this by duct tape. Everything's good. But let's focus on having fun. Having a
I
good
could
old
try to
time.
fix it.
Good. I believe in
I
you.
don't know
But
if
all
I
the
fixed
same.
it.
Yeah.
Well, we have
Yeah.
Sirius going for his fours, I believe. It's very foggy. He's going to probably look for a DLC rush, as always. Thomas is running... Where the hell is Thomas going?
Pretty standard fare to get a physic tier. It looks like. Get the strength physic tier, I believe.
Yep, that is right. And then Vakrash is choosing the rush Bloodhound Knight.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I know Fat Crash does this a lot. Like a lot. He will go for rush squares that are more less common than other players. Like he'll do like fast tunnels. He doesn't actually mind sacrificing too much of his time um, in base game to do some early squares. Can you give any inclination, Lemon, as to why he may be doing that in this game with the board positioning of Bloodhound Knight?
I think he's just looking to get in with Altus, and this gives you an underground grace if you were to go there eventually. And when I play with
Hmm.
Bakrash, I actually do enjoy keeping him pre-Altus even, and just making him do all the squares that I don't want to do.
Okay. Is that like a strategy that you find works well with him, or is there a reason that you enjoy doing that in particular?
For boards that's not too DLC heavy, I try my best to split Altus with early DLC squares or just the long DLC squares so that I don't full sack it. But I'm able to contest
Hmm.
Altus still, and I am kind of able to 2v1, and where I can't, I got Crash doing the really lame squares in base game or in pre-Altus being you can do a lot actually, like ritual pots, tree bosses, night boss.
That's fair. An interesting, little bit of weapon variation we're seeing from actually all the players. I think is that battle hand axe or battle axe for Sirius.
Battle Axe
We
for
see
Sirius, Alabaster for Crash. Thomas has
rotten
Rotten Battle or Rotten. What is that? Staff.
run staff, and we have rotten great axe on Yabe. Interesting. No, I find it interesting that Thomas and Yabe neither of them went for alabasters. What do you think that's a mistake? Do you think that's going to be okay? Like, what do you think about that?
I think that Rotten Staff is better in some of those really lame longer squares. If you wanted to rush Malekith, I would pick Rotten Staff over Alabaster, and if you wanted to rush Estella, I would pick Alabaster. So I think it's just comes down to what square you want to do.
That's
But
fair.
I think I'm always taking Battle Axe over Rotten Battle Axe. I'm a fan of my axes, not a fan
Me
of
too.
Colossals.
Yeah, if I'm uh I think I get why Yabe would want what he wanted. I think I would probably do the same thing. I don't want to run alabasters, and I would like running great axe as my weapon instead. I think, but um, yeah, this is gonna be a really interesting game. Interesting to see that Yabe does not go for the imbued key Scion opener. Um, and interesting too watching Vacrash's pathing. He grabbed the physic tier and the talisman before finishing the Bloodhound Knight square. Um, so
Hey,
he
when you
he
pick
feels.
those niche bad squares to go for, you can greed for charge attack build.
I agree. I think it's really heads up on him. I think he's actually really he's mindfully acknowledging that he isn't in a rush. No one is putting pressure on him now. Um, to navigate that any differently. I think I really actually enjoy this idea by him to take the time he's wanting to take. So, no, that's very heads up by him. Very good idea, and he's actually going to it now. I'm gonna guess we can't full screen.
Nope.
That's a-okay, no worries. We're doing the best with the tools that we got, so I'm very
I
fine with
can
that as
actually
well. It's a-okay.
we can have player audio though.
Do we want player audio? Oh, God. And there we go. Like you said, maybe a little behind, but Vacrash gets the square.
Nicely done
Nice
for
clean
him.
fight.
I do hope he tries to catch up in Altus here.
Yes, me as well. Me as well. And I do think um, one thing I was thinking about is actually I looked down that row there. I was thinking, what kind of sucks? Like, what I don't want to be doing? I don't want to be dealing with in any capacity column 3, uh, potentially. So I actually kind of like him going for that early enough. Trying to take away some of that. Like, I mean, it's hard because Meta's not real, right? I think it's fair to say Meta as a threat isn't real this game.
Yeah,
It can't
especially
hurt
matter
you sort of
being
vibe.
center square. It kind of is a just a bone in your side.
Even yeah, yeah. So it's we'll see. I wonder if he has reasons for that. If that's what he's seeing there, but maybe Sirius told him, hey, get that Meta square away from me. So um, This stuff are
Interesting to
pretty
see
standard.
Sirius is now moving towards Scion.
Okay. Ooh, are they gonna try and pushing that? I mean, that is a pretty annoying row to deal with. Scion shows you tempo on imbued keys. Um, yeah, Rambler's point is saying Estelle, right? And then you go and you kind of like make Furnace Golem is not a square I really would want to block with, honestly. I think it's kind of a really obnoxious square to deal with, so I would really get them wanting to push through that instead as fast as they can. So this could be a pretty interesting opener for them to see how that goes. But yeah, so far we're gonna see the Scion fight. Did he grabbed the Grace, right? Please tell me he grabbed the Grace.
Hope so. JB going into Red Wolf.
Nice, okay. Big Red Wolf opener has strength of physics, which is fine. Not too loud. I'm not on the stream audio. I don't want to hear my...
You're louder than him. Good enough.
Okay.
Dealing with the fight pretty nicely, getting his jump attacks, keeping his stam up, which is very hard to do with a Colossal, and with his low endurance, which I think it is.
Very clean fight for Sirius on the grafted Scion.
That's fine. Not
Yeah,
worried
that kind
about
of
that.
forces their hand a bit, right? Like,
They are not worried, as Thomas says.
I think it makes sense. The problem is, yeah.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
I think that makes sense for them not to be super worried
I have
if
the
you're...
fucking Estelle Destroyer 5000 on.
Estelle has such
Super
good
Chill.
value on this board that I can imagine that you're going for it anyway. And so by that sort of idea, I don't see why you may be too concerned about it. I'd be concerned enough to give it the respect, though, that opening play deserves. I wouldn't want to sleep on it too much, but yeah, we'll have to see. A nice kill by Yibe on Red Wolf there with that Colossal. A +0 too.
That was some very rough RNG. He handled it well.
Yeah, that was +0 because he wouldn't have the money to do everything there. Then we see Thomas going into the Makar fight. The big old bonk stick. So.
I know why she. Who's doesn't do audios.
Yeah, I think it's a mistake usually. Also, the music they could be. I know lots of us were using music before that could be copyrighted, so that was another idea.
Yeah, that was worst good crit throw of my life.
Yeah, Rambler is saying, and I think there's some real merit to that, if Thomas goes tunnels into Estelle, that's going to be a really hard diag for them to deal with. Yeah, Who's is alright. Just had some stuff come up with some family pieces. I don't want to speak for him on it, but he is doing A-okay. But he kind of let us know a little earlier today that he's going to want some help on the covering commentary, so that's what we're doing today.
A very nice Makar fight. I would have thought
Very
he
good.
has more time to finish tunnels, but Vakrash is making his way through Precipice, and he is right there.
Yeah, the bigger factor for that diagonal is Sirius is so far behind on Yibe. Like he's not in the Red Wolf fight just yet. Yibe is making his way into Margit with a +9 cold weapon. Like I think this is kind of where we're gonna start to see if this play works out. I think they kind of need this piece to happen. Is that Flame grant me strength?
Oh, fuck.
Bro.
Wait, audios. I'm working on it. That is.
That's awesome.
Aber was wir haben, ist Kino Invader und...
Not bad damage either for
He's missing the jump punish that I love so much. Oh, he gets that jump punish that I do like to avoid.
Wow.
He's getting the rest of his
Muss er
jumps.
weggehen, hat eine Animation Cancel gemacht, statt deswegen weiter vor mir.
Yes, Lemon will definitely be the one to criticize all your play.
Yeah. Very nice poise break. Red Wolf would have stalled if he did not get that. Excellent
Fantastic. Well
kill.
done,
Much quicker
Sirius.
than Rotten Battle Axe. We will see Sirius catch up, I hope, as well, because he is plus 12. And this
Yeah.
weapon, Jibby's weapon here is going to struggle one cycling Red Wolf or Red Renala, I believe.
Yeah, quite possible.
And
Quite
Thomas
possible.
is just sending Estelle.
+4, I believe, eh? Like no further stone upgrades. So, oh Vacrash, that was so risky. He got fucking screamed, and the screams just whipped his character. That was very scary for a quick second. But yeah, I think the piece here that's kind of nice to note for them is Vacrash. I wonder if you're Thomas, if you think to yourself, okay, well, Vacrash, because you can do tunnels without precipice quite fast in base game, and I wonder if that's maybe a part of the concern, is that that's going to happen. Is that that Vacrash could take tunnels really quickly without even doing Makar or committing to Makar. I wonder if that's a part of it. For how this is going, but we'll have to see how that pans out. Maybe he gets this grace and then goes and does tunnels. That way he can pivot to both very quickly.
Very nice market fight from Sirius. He walked in and held wild tracks, and that's the strat that I love to do. Flame Grammy Strength also helping him out to full skip phase 2. He did the transition, but he got the
Beautiful.
poise break right away.
Yeah, actually, a very excellent fight for him.
And
Glad to
Thomas
see
making
it.
his
Glad
way
to see
to
it.
the pre-Estelle Grace. I'd like to see him go upgrade, but I'd also understand if he full sent the fight.
I kind of agree with Rambler. I don't think I think when you've seen the squares of your opponent here, you don't need to greed, not upgrade. I think he can afford to go upgrade, and it's going to be a better kill. I would also wouldn't mind if he maybe just does the FSB tunnel to grab a Somber 6 and 5, right? Like even just doing that to make some progress towards tunnels. Your opponent doesn't mark it, you can finish with a quick one, but grab the Estelle Grace. But no, he is just going to full send Estelle, it looks like here. He's healthy though. Like he has quite a healthy bar.
Yet I am worried that he is still physic dependent, and Estelle's very prone to stalling.
Yeah, that's a big issue I think with the potential +4. I know Sirius has made up quite a bit of time. That market phase and that Red Wolf fight going faster kind of really helped him catch up a little bit. It's not great. He's still going to be behind, but he's not as behind as I may have anticipated he is. So, still quite a bit of time to contest some important DLC squares.
Yeah, audio on for Thomas as he walks into Estelle here. Yeah, that works. I don't have the Estelle OST, but that's fine.
That's okay. Sure, I think Estelle on average stalls more than BBK will. At least all BBK stalls for most part will lead to good punishes. Sometimes Estelle doesn't play nice. This damage is pretty low. I'll have to be very careful
he
about.
got the big AoE grab as like his first move. Don't see that very often. Rolls it like a Chad.
Very nice dodge.
And
the
he is
damage
standing.
on the charge.
Oh, excellent roll. He is standing a bit too close. He's gonna get a lot of those attacks, but big poise break. Still gets the riposte, and my dog is still barking at a wall, but that's okay. A few more hits. Estelle's about to teleport away.
Be nice if he gets the rot proc before she teleports. I think
he reads that hit, which is so surprising to me. He gets the rot proc and gets the punish on the teleport. This is about as textbook as a stealth fight goes.
He's gonna go right into Meteor, right here?
Not quite.
Oh, no, never mind. Laser. Okay, I wasn't quite sure. Oh, look at that rot damage just sort of tick.
Gets
And we have
the
Sirius
CO2.
also in Godric. And Yeme's with enter Renala, so this will be interesting to see see how this goes. And Cronies, while I would never
So
take
far,
away taking
slow
up
but
Legion
incident free.
Flame competitor, I think you died to Melania's Ionia yesterday by healing it. So, maybe we don't have some humility as
And Thomas
Thomas
still
is doing a
refusing to
fantastic
strafe
job.
the tail, but that's okay. He dealt with meteors very
Oh
nicely.
my gosh.
That's okay. He tanks it. Choosing to not greed and heal. I can't say that I'm a fan, but I do agree with it. Gets the poise break. The rot proc ticking this whole time. Very nice stealth fight for Thomas.
That is fantastic.
Sigh of
And
relief. He knew that square was big.
Yeah, and Backrash is on the Morn Tunnel. And I was so busy watching that Estelle fight, I actually don't know if that is the third or second tunnel for him, but he has killed Makar, I know
That
that
should
much.
be a second.
He's went to Altus too, so sure predicting the so this is gonna be close. I think if Backrash goes Troll Tunnel, he just wins the square. I also agree with Rambler that FSB tunnel would be probably preferable, because at least if you lose tunnels, you get your upgrades. I was saying that earlier. And we have Yebe on Renala. Boy, this weapon's gonna, as long as the RNG, no moon so far, so some really favorable RNG. We'll have to see how the rest of the fight goes, though.
Gets the troll summon, bit unlucky. And then gets Moon, even more unlucky, unable to stand under him. Sirius taking
Yeah.
Moongrim on a small ride on the elevator, but that's okay. Vakrash moving towards his last tunnel being the Limgrave one. I think that's great. I don't think there's a need to greed for FSB.
I agree. Totally agree.
I do think it is very greedy for Thomas to be going for this instead of upgrading. Jibby dealing with... Oh, never mind. I will refrain from talking for the rest of that fight. My bad. Alright, great job from Jibby. We got Sirius coming in. Should be able to easily one-cycle this, especially with Flame Grammy Strength.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty unnecessary, I would call it, snipe from Backrash. I just say I don't think Thomas should be doing this. I don't think he should be getting sniped here. We now see the phase 2 for Sirius on Ronaldo. His damage is significantly worse than Tom's or than Yebe's was, but you know, he has some real. He's still doing decent enough damage. It should be fine enough. Oh, the
Breeze
cold
proc
proc
out of the summon.
of the. That was so big.
He chose to jump a little bit too far. Gets the jump on the staff coming back, though. That is alright. Bernala being super kind on this RNG. Giving him the best summon. Roll in. Does not roll in. That's okay. We're playing conservative and safe here. A good tunnel smart from a crash. Renala choosing to grief now. Sirius also choosing to not stand under the moon. And then troll summon. This is very unfortunate for Sirius.
Yeah, this is actually pretty, like, he was getting such good RNG and then he wasn't. Tom sends that skip very nicely, the Clean Rot Night Cave skip. But Sirius is finally into the DLC. All hope is not lost. And if you're serious, what do you do? Like, where do you go for from here? Because you are behind, right? But it's a matter of how behind you feel you are and how worried you need to be about that as well. What do you think, Clem? Where do you think you're going?
What's on this board?
For him?
Honestly, I hope he just does reprimand upgrades, or he's choosing to finish imbued keys, which I think is also smart. Because it gets you the Rolana Grace. You know you can't contest Iris, not like meaningfully. And I think Ballarat is one of the better plays for him, as it's two squares that I don't really want to do if I'm Jibby.
Yeah, Helios, to answer your question, Yebe got really bad RNG on Red Wolf and was doing it at +0 based on his weapon choice, and Sirius had very good RNG on Red Wolf and was able to make up, I think, some of the time that way. That's actually honestly a big difference. He also did a +9, so it kind of helped eke out the time difference there. Looks like Ebe sending up the Iris of Grace, which makes me really like the imbued keys play more, and I think you can also write to imbued key into Rolana, right? Kind of set up both marks kind of in tandem this way. And looks like Ebe is going to go for a rush on Iris of Grace, not grabbing any of the upgrade stones in Reprimand. Really values a square, and I wonder why. I'm trying to think.
I mean, he knows he's ahead, but he knows
Yeah,
he knows he's ahead because of the grafted Scion mark. But his fights were very unlucky with the RNG, and he doesn't know how ahead he really is.
right.
So I don't entirely mind this. I really hope he just runs from whatever it's called, Viaduct, gets his fours. There's not real reason to be in Shadowkeep anyways.
Mm, you do have to kind of think. I mean, not really, not for a long time, but you can't not ever think like avoid thinking about meta. Um, as you plan your late game here, I do agree, not for quite a while, but not never either. Um, I don't think I would go all the way to the back section. I literally just do think I would just grab the Gracia and go. Sirius is also doing the slower version of the square. It's actually faster for DLC players to grab their last key in Caleb, which is sort of counterintuitive. Um,
He
and
wasn't
I don't
here
even know
when
if
we
I
tested
believe
it. That's okay.
is that it feels fake to me still. I'll be honest with you. That feels so fake to me that this is like real at all. That this is somehow
It's like 10
faster
seconds maybe.
than doing the Buki and Celia.
Yeah.
But
It's you also lose 10 seconds from porting here as the DLC player, as you have to sit through the cutscene, port, like get sent back to Renala, and then finally go back to the debate parlor.
that's
And
fair.
then,
That's
interestingly
fair.
enough, we have both base game players going to Radon. Audio on for the German as he dies. All right, we're shifting over. Audio on for Thomas. Where's Thomas?
To not be physical reliant.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate
That's
death
not
for Sirius. But there we go. There's imbued keys for the Germans. So very strong. Little good openings for them.
You're getting
Mm.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that means it has DLC access, but still has to go upgrade.
Yeah.
I have the fort already, but I do still need to like get my last couple stuff.
I will say, I guess Backrush is a bit of an edge on Thomas for the underground plays. Only the Valiant Guards, though. I mean, Estelle is an underground boss, so Thomas is +1 there. But Backrush has a better grace to get there. But it's really going to come down to this Radon fight, and Thomas's damage is really good.
This is good.
Yeah, look at Vakrash, better than Vakrash's. Oh, not on the
Yeah,
full charge
I mean,
R2s.
The rot is definitely gonna
Ross
help.
can do a lot of work.
Oh, now the Estelle OST comes on. Nice. Jimmy is doing the better play of going through Viaduct. Hopefully he remembers his fours. The last four you get is in Academy. Is Thomas here +4 still?
I think he got his 5 and 6. I know he got his stones before coming here. I don't know if he actually upgraded them, though.
It's an interesting choice. Sirius grabbing
Yeah,
his stones after securing imbue keys, I think is his best play.
Yeah, I agree. You can really seal imbue keys quite quickly. And so I very much enjoy that idea there, too. Makes a lot of sense.
As long as you remember all your graces, it's like a 3-minute square. Not
It's
even.
not bad.
Radon going down for the crash. Very nicely done. And yeah, actually, I'm not entirely sure what you do as the base game player here.
Hello, Jay. Welcome. He's gonna go underground, and he's gonna be ahead on underground. But Vakrash is still +4, I believe. And And there's the Iris mark
Good
for
Iris mark.
Yabe.
Okay, underground makes a lot of sense here. He secures his column 1, keeps it open with the bell bearings, and he gets underground boss Valiant Gargs for his row 5. The issue here is that Rolana Castle Boss is still a play that I don't think Jibby is looking for.
No, and I think there's a real potential here for Vakrash to take it, although he is a little behind
Castle Boss or
on not
underground?
behind on no Castle Blossom with Rolana. He has the imbue key. Did he grab the Grace after imbue key though? Vakrash up there. I can't remember if he
You
did.
mean okay, we are
Serious,
talking
so
about
my apologies.
serious.
Seriously, I'm sorry. Yeah, serious. My apologies. I don't know if Sirius grabbed the. It doesn't he did look? It looks like he did get the Grace. So or Grace. I can't tell anymore. They move so quick. Sirius choosing good as
It's
7s, going all the way to plus 25. I don't dislike this at all on this board. So I think this will be really good. He will be if Yabe decides to go plus 18, he will be ahead on getting there. But I don't think you bother with. What do? You think here? Do you think you go to up to back section and grab your 7s that way for Yabe, or you don't think you have the time to do that in this game?
if I have rot, I am sending that plus 18 to Rolana.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad of a decision for Sirius to go to all the way to 24. It's something you want to do with potential
With his weapon
meta
in
on the
particular,
board.
I think. Well, and his weapon too is significantly worse as well. I think there's
Yeah,
a lot of
that
value
too.
there. But for
And
Yabe, you
we
think Yabe is
see,
good to send
in
it?
terms of the base game side of things, Crash got through his Radon second, and he's ahead in the underground, especially with stream delay. He's about, I think, 10 seconds behind on the screen, and he's still ahead of Thomas.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that Grace placement for Bloodhound Knight made a big difference, right? And I do get why Thomas is, contesting this, because even if he loses Gargs, he can still get underground bosses. The bell bearing, right? There's still things for him to do here that is valuable for him. So I very much understand why he's going down here anyway. And Radon was a remembrance, right? That got him into potentially getting him closer to the DLC
He
with some of
is
those
in
other
DLC.
squares. Oh, duh. He is. Well, look at that. God, I'm so happy to be. I love commentating games after work. My brain is so sharp. It's so beautiful and ready to think. Source, that's a lie. I am lying, and I'm sorry
Yeah, no, I was
for
not ready for
misleading you.
this. Like 3 hours of overlay setup, and I only set up one overlay.
Yeah, I was looking forward to. I was gonna eat dinner and then relax and watch the game, and now here I am commentating it. But that's okay. We're happy to be here, living our best life.
I'm sure when Jay gets home, he's happy to tag in.
He is home, I think. He wrote in chat.
Oh, surely he's not
Can't.
texting and driving.
Jay would never. He's too responsible. Yes, this is the only game today. We have 4 games tomorrow, which is awesome.
We
So that'll
have
be really exciting.
ourselves a Rolana race.
Ooh.
And both base game players are choosing to upgrade before finishing bell bearings. They both picked up the bell bearing and left. Not entirely sure if I like that play, but we'll see how it plans out. And Sirius in on Rolana. I will not unmute him because we have 2 people. I will try to find the OST though. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm glad to hear that, Jay. This is head-to-head. I'm gonna really look forward to seeing what the damage difference is
I
between
missed
Yabe
this.
and.
Jibby's still physic dependent. Or is he drinking it for extra damage?
I missed it too. I'm not sure. Sirius's damage is really bad. Like really bad. And he's also.
It's okay. Health bar is moving. That's all you need. He's not quite maximizing his punishes. He's trading a bit too much, but that's okay.
Yeah, both of them are a little
It
bit.
is.
I can imagine there's some nerves.
This is a fight of can you first try it? And whoever first tries it is getting the square.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But seriously, like kind of a bad spot for that idea. Like,
Yibi coming into the fight second is already ahead on the health, on the
Yep.
damage. I believe he's also has more flasks available to him. Big poise break right before the phase transition. He needed that. Sirius gets the poise break just after phase transition, which is still good. It's just less damage. And Yibi should be close to another poise break. Sirius gets mooned. That could also be the deciding factor as Jimmy gets mooned. Never mind. Does Rot tick in the moon?
yeah, I believe
Oh.
so. She's on invulnerable.
Really gonna help him out. It's coming down to the wire. Yibi gets the big combo. Rolls it very
Nicely
nicely.
managed by Yebe though. Good stagger for Sirius. This is honestly gonna be weapon diff, I think, because Yebe going to the fight second.
Oh, Yibi gets clipped and Sirius is still trucking along. Doesn't get the crouch tech, but that's okay. Follows as she runs away.
I like this punish a lot from Sirius here. He's a little on stamina. Be careful about that. Reads it. Ooh,
Sirius gets the combo. Handles it nicely. Fight
Very
goes
beautiful
down
bout.
for Yibi.
we should see the mark in any second now.
Very close.
And that's it. That is honestly insane. The closest of that fight, and I really.
And Sirius goes
I really-
down. That's so bad because he can't contest Castle Boss anymore.
Mm,
As Yibi doesn't even care to do it and is running. Where the hell? We're going to Romana.
why not, right?
Where else is in Rao? They are full sending the row 5. And I think they get it because they aren't Sirius Crash aren't even contesting it.
I mean, can they? That's sort of the thing I was wondering about. Can they even like? Do they have a meaningful way
really.
to contest that row? I don't think so. Yeah, Ron Staff is fantastic on Gargs. To Cornelius' point, you have yeah, I just don't think you. If you're Sirius, and I think Sirius is smart here, though. Just want to say real quick, I think it's smart that he is pivoting to Ballarat.
I
Yeah,
think it's
to
really
Rambler,
smart.
I
He
think-
knows his teammate is
yeah.
about him, or at least can mark bell bearings very soon. Bellarat is
Yeah.
the 2 other squares on that line, and that leaves Latenna, which is a really bad square to do if you're a base game player, and Swordmaster, which is a really quick square to do if you're in DLC.
Yeah, whether it's into the jail or not, it's still a quick square, and I definitely like this idea of pivoting here. Yeah, I guess the one thing I'm thinking is can Vacrash, like you said it's a bad square, and I don't disagree with you, but he has to go for it, surely, right?
It's a bad
Backlash.
square. That means it's a crash square. It is.
Amen.
What a Bale OSD playing. What the fuck? How are we here? Fuck it. Bale.
Fail it is. So Vacrash is on the bell bearing fight, should be pretty easy.
Hey, you say that. This
We're gonna
watch
see
on
you.
fucks. Nope, never mind. He nailed it. Good job.
God, this stream delay is hard.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Nothing you can do, really. Sirius needs to have the soul replay to grab this Grace up here and go south.
I think if Vacrash is going to contest Gargs, I think this is a massive mistake.
He could have contested it if he went here before finishing Bell Bearings. Because he
Yeah,
he
agreed.
was ahead.
I agree.
But going for it after, it's not great. Especially because Mimic Tier doesn't count as an underground boss.
Yeah, there's no other synergy with Mimic Tears as well, like Larval Tears or anything like that. I would like to see Vakras start focusing on Latenna. I mean, I think that's kind of one way they lose, right? Is if um, he gets sniped here, and then
I'd say this is the only way they lose.
like he's gonna be behind on he's still with that mark Vakras. Surely you think about Latenna now, right? I guess you do Mimic here first during the fight. And it looks like Thomas is heading to Okina.
I think that's a great play. For base game, there's not a
Yeah.
lot of synergies left. There's Oaken and Malekith and gold-free Surmog, really. And he knows he can sit on Underground Boss, just marking 2 of them. I think this is great. He's also not far from Kaled Apostle if he wanted to go there and just inch closer to Bofa Duo.
Yeah, Yebe's playing this smart by going ADM for Demi-Human Swordmaster. If you're serious, I think you can still potentially contest Demi-Human by going through the Bellarat side of things, the Bellarat jail. It's a 2-minute run through the jail and this Onze fight. I think it's possible that he can do that if he moves like now. But he has to read that, and he is reading it. He is reading it correctly. He is going to go. We're going to see another race in a really inverted way. Sirius is going to go to the Bellarat jail for Onze, and Yebe is going to kill ADM and do that Swordmaster, and maybe we get to see a second go of the infamous Swordmaster skip that we saw Strump attempt to do yesterday.
I know, Yibi really likes it. I think if
He
Yibi
does.
doesn't go for it, it is because it costed Strump the game yesterday.
And he's a little unnerved about it.
Yeah.
Maybe. He knows I'll roast him.
And we have a Crash
mean,
going for his best square, Latenna, right now. To keep the game alive.
I don't even dislike Latenna because it blocks a Diag as well for Asteroid Destroyers. So I think it's pretty obvious they are trading.
Where's Yibi?
They're hoping to trade row for row.
How loud is that?
And I mean, if
Too loud.
Sirius
No, it's fine.
gets Onze as his square, then that row 2 is all but secured, right? And similar though, of course, for the Expedition 25, you know, they also have a very secure bottom side bingo 2 on row 5, so I have to see how this goes. It's very exciting.
And this is not as easy as holding down Wild Strikes, but it is a very easy ADM for Yibi as he goes down.
I think
It's
that's gonna.
be close. Sirius is about halfway through the jail.
Yeah, I agree with Rambler. I actually don't think. I think Sirius needed to try and get both, but not mark Queeline and Bellarat. I don't think he could have sent Queeline and Bellarat to get this.
We see
Yebe
him
is
going for the bitch made skip.
Okay, first of all, that's rude. Second of all, I
It's
think
not
that's
rude.
smart.
I do the skip too. But anyways, he's more likely to get this square. Sirius is about, what, a minute from the fight still? Difference is, Sirius can hold down Wild Strikes. Even though it's on an axe. And Thomas, having a little struggle with Okina, nearly dying, is just going to wait out the rot and gets the mark. Where is, bruh. Streaming's hard, man. Shuffle.
So is this like this snipe is just gonna be the like what a hard game to come back from, right? Because you're obviously going to lose underground bosses, right? You're going to lose Romina. Um, what do you do if you're Sirius and Yebe, or Sirius and Backrash, sorry, if you lose this demi-human sword master square? Yebe goes down!
He might not
Holy
lose it.
shit! Okay. Well, you have to respect the sword master himself. You don't have a choice.
How good is Sirius's owns?
Pretty fucking good, I'm assuming. He's going to die now because I said it out loud.
As
Sorry
so
in
far,
advance,
it's looking
Sirius.
pretty good. He's got the flame Grammy strength on. He gets the stagger on the rock. Still able to get the riposte. This
Oh,
is
Yebe's
probably
running all the way. Look where Yebe only grabbed the one
Sirius
grace.
getting the jump still. Yibi's really far. Sirius can die and still possibly get the square, but he's trying his best not to.
I don't know how true that is, but I get what you're saying. It's quite possible.
He's handling the fight super well. Getting the jump punishes, and especially with this weapon, is so hard to get.
That greed.
Oh my god. And square goes
He
to
gets
Sirius. And
What a
Vakrash is
fantastic
on his
fight.
way, about to finish Latenna. This game, they are both the teams are trading bingos. Absolutely wild.
Actually insane. And I think if you're Yebe, you need to brush that off immediately. You can't be sitting here feeling like dejected or frustrated. You have to brush your feet off. You know you have a very secure bingo in row 5, and you just have to do it. I actually wonder if you're serious, you even send this line right away. Do you kill Furnace Golem first, right? I think you can possibly... JB's been quiet for so long, maybe you don't feel like you can. I think you don't want to risk losing that bingo because you know you're likely losing column 5.
It feels like a coin flip because you don't know if Yibi set up Romana or Lion for sure. But Yibi knows with the Queen and Bellarat mark that Lion is prepped. And he can sit on Romana.
Yeah, the crazy part too about this game is I guess, yeah, sure, that's a good point. I think Yebe is going to try and take away Furnace Golem, which I actually really like, because to your point, right, Sirius has shown quite clearly that he has no progress in a meaningful way towards Romana, or anywhere else in the map that matters. I mean, that's kind of the last place, honestly. I think after these marks, Romana, Furnace Golem, Dancing Line, they're all going to go back to Altus to finish up some squares. But yeah, I think Yebe is reading this very correctly to take away Furnace Golem, and there are underground bosses for them. So yeah, this is the crazy part about this is this bingo is going to put Sirius and Vakrash in the lead in the sense that they're already up squares on majority, right? They're up 8-6. Bingo will take them to 11, and it'll take, after this Furnace Golem, it will take them to 9. So, no, not 9, 10. So it's a very close game still.
It's a super close game. Yibi does have the Rolana killed. Sirius wasn't able to finish it. Goes down to Lion tragically. Did Yibi die to the Furnace Golem?
He did.
He did.
Or he quit out or something, but he died afterwards. There he goes. A little behind there. Apologies, team.
But Yibi has castle bosses. He has 2 of them killed. The Crash is choosing to do the capital synergy, and Thomas is taking the Kaled synergy. The Kaled synergy, I believe, is quicker.
Yeah, I believe so too.
But it's also the less clear synergy, so I think it's good for him to go for it.
Also, Vakrash and them are going to be up a square, right? So, I think there's some room here. What they can't have happen is they can't have Sirius, fucking about and dying so often. Yeah, I mean, I think Capital has 2 squares, so Crony's point, right? You have Surumog and Godfrey. But Sirius needs to like stop
Sirius
this shit
needs to
out. Like,
lock in.
you can fight Dancing Lion, bro. You know, we know you can. Don't make us say mean things about you, because we will.
God, not having.
We don't
the
want to,
OST
but we
suck.
will.
Is he going back into it still? He is. All
Yeah,
right.
he has to, right? I think he has to. He's been too quiet. I don't think he has the luxury of not. He's got it, though. I believe in him. Mostly because I'm state mandated to.
He dodges that so scarily. I hate doing that.
Nice stagger there. That was like, I looked away for a second and DTS died.
Yeah, it was
He
a
got
super great
blown
front from
up.
crash. Alabaster is blasting. Alablaster is blasting.
And this is fantastic, right? Suramog and Goldfree aren't the slowest of squares. You can mark one and contest other areas too, because if you get one, you kind of lock the other.
Yep. Doing Kaled Apostle doesn't exactly give you both a duo. It's still open.
Yeah, there's lots of variability on the map here.
And Frost Phase for Sirius, he has locked in. I will
Good
comment
frost
on
proc,
it.
though.
Standing
Those-
in the scary spot, handling it
Oh,
so
those-
nicely.
Those punishes were fantastic, and this is going to be the bingo for Asteroid
Where's the sound
Destroyers.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Yabe is going to snipe Sirius on Furnace Golem. I think that's a little greedy for Sirius to even go for this.
I'm not sure what Sirius
Um,
can actually go for here other than going to Altus. Maybe trying to
He could do
sneak
both a
Rolana
duo.
and Castle Boss.
He could do both a duo, right? He could actually, yeah, he's leaving. I think good call, Sirius, to get out of there. Didn't think it made much sense for him to be pursuing that when you don't have any info on Yabe. We're gonna see the Apostle and Kaled started for.
Oh, Sirius is doing the skip. You know what? W Sirius.
For what is he gonna go? Kaled Apostle with the skip?
I hope he just grabs the Grace at the bottom of the tower and goes both a duo.
Too.
Well, honestly, the Apostle's gonna be dead by the time he gets up there.
Yeah.
Yibby having some struggles with the Furnace Golem is attempting to use his Blessing America and goes
Oh, he goes
down.
down.
Asteroid Destroyers
Oh.
really needed that.
They did. They really did. And I want to say again, you know, Thomas, this game is important for both teams. Like, both teams have a significant amount of things that they want to secure for this win. You know, for both of them, it actually, you know, can change the flow of their playoff ability. And there we go. A little bit of an early mark, but it's been corrected. There you go. Nice job, Thomas. That is the Apostle. And this is the Somber 5 to Clean Rot Knight duo cave skip. I don't know why. Is it even worth finishing now that you saw the Apostle marked?
I
No,
mean,
right?
running from here to Bofa has to be quicker than the
No
other way.
way. Celia skip into Bofa is so fast.
Yeah, but you're
Surely.
here. I'm not sure. But in on Romana, I gotta find this OST now. Bam.
The crazy part is,
Wait, fuck the OST.
Is-
I have player sounds.
Backrash just needs to do Godfrey and Suramog, and they win. And I think they can do that before other squares are marked. Like, he's already in capital. Like, Backrash just has to not incident. And I think this game could be very over very quick for them.
I'm not so sure. Thomas is going for Bofa to put him at 8. Roman is going to go down. It'll put them at
At 11,
11.
they'll be tied, right?
Jibby has to kill Leonine, and Thomas can go in and do Logre Magnus.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I actually think this is a first for us that this is happening on Elden Spurs. I don't, to Josh's point, I don't think we've seen this before that I can remember anyway.
It's
where
a
we have
first for
two
Golden Order.
bingos.
I did happen in Crucible, I believe.
Yes, it did happen in Crucible, yeah, but for Golden Order, this is a first, so that's really cool.
Of course,
be a
it's the
part of
game
that
that Who's
today.
misses.
I know.
Always the
he'll-
game
he'll
that Who's
be-
misses.
He'll feel for that, but you know he's taking the time he needs to be in a good space, and I'm glad for that. And you know, hey, it's all gonna be there for him to watch after. So
Yes, it
Backrash
will.
doing the mortal sin of talking to Melina. And hey, Sirius caught up, so I think because he was mid-skip, it did make some sense there. And I hate that skip is meta, because I do not want to do it, but
It's a great skip.
okay.
Roman doing
Thomas
Roman
died
things.
by the way. Believe it or not. Gofu Duo was a very volatile boss fight, and they had like freight trains based on their scaling being Dragon Barrow.
Fucking god.
Now he gets the hard one down. So when they're together, it's just really a hard fight. This should be good.
He has a
Another
dog
bad
with him.
sniper, Furious. Oh god. A wolf has joined. I didn't even know the wolves could join. Technically the Bofa trio?
That is okay. The lion does not concern himself with the mere wolf. Roman it down for
Okay,
Yibi.
down.
Bingo for Expedition 25.
Next up, there's a fucking dog here.
So this is gonna put them at 11.
Oh wait, I can sound on for Sirius as the Germans get sniped.
I'm gonna shut up so I can hear this.
Ehrlich?
Dang,
Ja, mich,
I was not as angry as I thought it was gonna be.
Sterbe einfach. Okay, das heißt, gehe ich für den Feuer?
Tie game.
I think if you're serious, you go Furnace Golem, yeah?
At this point, I think you have to.
It's one of your fastest squares that you can do.
Yibi is choosing to secure Castle Boss. I think that is a great option. And Thomas is securing the Malekith, which is an even better option than Logar Magnus, is what I thought he was going to go for. But this
Fantastic
is great.
fight
I honestly,
by Godfrey.
I forgot that this was prepped.
So he has Suramog, right? He literally has the Grayson Underground. He just has to go down and do the skip. I think they're ahead of their 13th square. And I want to see Sirius go Furnace Golem. It's one of your it's a snipeable square,
It's
but
his
you're
fastest
good.
square.
It's your fastest square you can
You
go
need
for.
one.
This is gonna
Thami
come down to the
securing
wire.
bird skip first try. It's coming down to the wire. Thami has to skip beside Great Bridge if he wants to contest this.
How,
Malekith is weak and frail and an old man, but he does have a cutscene that you have to skip in the middle. It is a guaranteed
How-
like 15 seconds. Not even.
many castle bosses does Yibi have? He has 2,
This
right?
is his
third?
third. I think
Oh my
he
God.
will get Leonine before Suirmo goes down. It is a Malekith versus Suirmo race. Well, I guess Furnace Golem with Wild Strikes is also quick, but he has no blue flask. Thomas skipping the Grace. Absolute Giga Chad. I think Leonine is secure, so we will audio on for the Malekith. For the win, honestly. If Sirius had blue flask, Furnace Golem could have been in contention, but I don't think
No
so.
Malekith.
Yeah, I think too.
I somehow
our
aggroed
decision with the
all of
Suramog
Castle
is
Moors.
that
I
it
got
could
climbed
really
fucking
come
ladder.
down to, Sirius not getting sniped a couple times. I think those snipes were somewhat avoidable, if I'm being honest. Yebe had to finish Romina. You couldn't afford to do Furnace Golem. You just needed a couple squares, so I think the Bofa duo is potentially a little bit risky. Yeah, he just has to lock this in. It's going to be so close. This Malekith fight's going to go down so fast.
Maybe had a small time loss getting through Castle Moore. That's why he's not at Leonine quite yet, but he is close. But Crash at the bottom of the sewers. And Alabaster is such a good weapon for this boss, for Sewer Moog.
Oh my god, Sirius takes the riposte early! Oh no. That's actually... That's so costly.
Damn, wait, Okay, I thought Leonine was dying first. That is crazy. You know what? That one's on me. Excellent
Malekith.
Malekith fight. I believe it was hitless. Where is he here? Fucking Mr. wins games. Going into Leonine for Castle Boss for the win.
Oh man, Sirius had mana for Wild Strike is so different. Literally not pushing blue is such a big deal here. And that will be the game.
That is the
Holy
game.
shit.